So it's Captain John de Bartolomeo leading out the designated home team here at the Alexander Nikolic Hall. He played so effectively for the majority of the game against Olympiacos in the round 5 loss. But Olympiacos tightened things up after conceding those 94 points to score 14 of the last 15 points. The go-ahead score coming with 17.4 seconds left on the clock. Maccabi did have an opportunity, trailing by 1, where a field goal of any description would have edged them ahead in the waning seconds of regulation, but the shot didn't fall. It was Lonnie Walker who elected to take it from the top of the key with a pair of defenders draped all over him. But as Coach Katash said in his pre-game interview, Maccabi played very effectively indeed. And during the course of that fixture, Jeff Doughton Jr. was unconscious, posting a new career high of 24 points on 6 of 7 shooting from downtown, and a new high in terms of performance index rating as well. Terrific offensive output by Jeff Doughton Jr. underpinning what was a really impressive evening of offensive production for Maccabi over the course of the first 35 minutes. But of course, basketball is a 40-minute fixture in the EuroLeague, 4 10-minute quarters. And a small contingent of Maccabi fans permitted access to the Alexander Nikolic Hall, be seeking to make their presence felt once again. So final messages of reinforcement from the head coaches over in this huddle before the players step in between the white lines. And again, we mentioned the long-running rivalry between these two in the EuroLeague that dates all the way back to 1968. Real Madrid beat Maccabi in the championship game in 1980. As we take a look at the ever-present Mr. Simone Mizrahi of Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv. So it was Real who prevailed in that EuroLeague final. 2014, the championship game saw Maccabi edge Los Blancos 86-98 after overtime. Tyrese Rice on fire that night with 26 points. It was the first overtime game for the Continental Crown since 1969, 1 year after their first encounter. So there then, the lineup for Los Blancos: Teo Maladon, the only guard, Trey Lyles, Alberto Abaldi, Mario Hezonja, and Eddie Tavares, giving them a towering 4-man front line. As for Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv, it's Lonnie Walker the fourth and Tamir Blatt in the backcourt, Jalen Horde, Roman Sordkin, and O'Shea Brissett, giving them an athletic front line filled with tweeners who can put it on the floor from the perimeter or take it to the hole. So interesting. Starting fives will be contesting the opening tip. Mr. Damir Yavor is the crew chief of the three wise men who will officiate this one. So Teo Maladon continuing to find his game legs. This is his third game back in the new season. And there's confirmation of the consistency that is being produced by Roman Sordkin over the last 20 games. Eddie Tavares, league's leading shot blocker all time, the league's leading shot blocker this season. Tavares with 2 blocks in the loss at Zvezda here in Belgrade in round 5 last week. Interestingly, in that fixture, it was a 0-point performance index rating for Eddie Tavares, just 2 points in the game and 3 rebounds along with those couple of blocks in 20 minutes on the floor. Got himself into early foul trouble and wasn't able to make his usual dominant impact on the inside, the type of impact that in the aforementioned annual EuroLeague team captain survey saw Eddie Tavares named as the player that most other EuroLeague captains would like to have on their team. That is the value of the towering 2.20-meter center, and he will contest the opening tip against Roman Sordkin, and it's Real in their chain stripper, predominantly blue, trimmed with white, who have the first possession. Maladon Rotates it to Tavares beyond his shooting range. It's a matchup zone being played by the home team. Hazonia driving, has it slapped away on the inside. Roman Sordkin recovers the loose ball. Terrific interior defense to begin this round 6 fixture. The block from Roman Sordkin, and then he saved his own possession. He has it at the top of the key now. Pulls up, pump fake just inside the free throw line. Can't get it to fall. Hazonia with the ball. So Roman Sordkin in the thick of the action at both ends of the floor early on, cradling the basketball and bulldozing his way to the basket is Mario Hazonia. Terrific take to the rack after having his first shot disrupted on the previous trip down the floor. So Sordkin offloads to Tamir Blatt. Pump fake is called a travel. O'Shea Brissett picking up that pivot foot before putting the ball on the floor. Turnover is the result. Protecting the basketball very well indeed with that cradle motion. Mario Hazonia mentioned the fact that he's having difficulty shooting the ball from downtown. Just 3 of 21 from three-point territory in rounds 3, 4, and 5. But he's shooting at 62% inside the arc, and that take to the rack gives you an idea as to why. Eddie Tavares clears out down low. Teo Maledon, wide open three-pointer, and he strings it. Teo Maledon bouncing back from a difficult night shooting the basketball in his second outing in the EuroLeague. In round 5, he was 0 of 3 from downtown, but that is now 7 of his last 8 games where Maledon has netted at least 1 trifecta. Count the mid-range J from the wing. Spectacular score off the pull-up jump shot from Tamir Blatt, and he'll go to the free throw line looking to add 1 more. Some running repairs to the bootstraps of Tamir Blatt as we take a look at the dribble move, stopping on a dime to shake off Maledon. Maledon contesting the shot with his length. Didn't disrupt the concentration of Blatt as we take a look at the three-pointer strung by Maledon. Just the second three-pointer, now 2 of 7 from downtown as he continues to find his in-game rhythm, having missed the first 4 games of the season. First 3 games of the season, returning in round 4. So three-pointer is off the back iron with that line drive. Tough rebound, hauled in by Lonnie Walker IV. He's handling now. Pulls up, contested. Oh, that's a tough bucket from Lonnie Walker IV. Just 1 of 5 from downtown in his 15-point outing in the round 5 loss against Olympiacos last week. And that 3-ball, second consecutive 3-point trip down the floor for Maccabi, gives them their first lead of the game. They're up by 1. O'Shea Brissett rotates it to Blatt, lurking to set a screen is Sordkin. He now makes himself available as Tamir Blatt drills it from downtown. He went 1 of 5 from 3-point territory last week in round 5, and that is 9 straight games where Tamir Blatt, well, I thought it was a 3-pointer, but it's been listed as a long-range 2. A kick to the short corner where Lyles is seeking to go to work against Brissett. Brissett bodying him up, pump faking and pirouetting on the inside is Lyles. Fouled on the step through. Now, if this is ruled a foul in the act of shooting, he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Well, my instinct was that that long jump shot was a 3-pointer from Tamir Blatt, but it's been ruled as a 2. Trey Lyles now 17 of 20 from the free throw line in this his first season in the EuroLeague. That ends a run of 8 straight points posted by Maccabi. That put them up by 3. So Lyles makes both his first points of the game. Brings his team back to within 1, losing his footing on the baseline cut with Lonnie Walker IV. Let's hope that he's okay. Always a worrying sound and an even more concerning sight when you see a player about to plant near feet, only for their feet to give way beneath them on a slick surface. Floor cleaning crew caught into action, and all appears to be well near that baseline. So Maledon rotates it to Lyles, checks his feet, lets it fly, short by some distance. Terrific offensive rebound, Mario Hezonja, and then getting creative with that hook. Mario Hezonja, 4 points in the game on perfect shooting. Excuse me, 2 of 3 from 2-point territory. His team regained the lead, they're up by 1. Sordkin driving, had it denied by Eddie Tavares. And that's how you want to take it to the all-time leading shot blocker in the competition. Roman Sordkin looking to tear down the goal. Eddie Tavares denying him, but only by taking the arm more than the basketball. So Eddie Tavares called for his first foul. Roman Sordkin to the free throw line. Eight out of 9 from the stripe so far this season is Sordkin. 76% free throw shooter for his career. Makes the first to tie things up. So we have our 4th lead change of the game. Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv leading by 1. Sordkin with his first points of the night. Hezonja catches on the wing, defended by Lonnie Walker IV, turns into an open baseline, offloads to Tavares, stepped through and just dropped it in with force from above the cup. Beautiful offload on the inside by Mario Hezonja to give Eddie Tavares his first look at the basket in this fixture. Sordkin, feet step beneath him, lets the three-pointer fly. It's long and off right. Rebound hauled in by Lyles. He offloads to Maledon. Dump it down low to Lyles. Double team from Tamir Blatt and Sordkin. Defender pinned in Coffin corner. Hezonja, mid-range J's off the front iron. Rugged rebound on the interior, secured by Horde. Blatt pushes downhill. Feet set beneath him is O'Shea Brissett. Good look at the basket. Ball rims in and out. And it's Maledon getting into the half-court offense. Hezonja, baseline is open once again. He passes out of the double team. That's a traveling violation committed by Theo Maledon. So three-quarter court pressure being applied by Maledon. Tamir Blatt offloading to Sordkin, momentarily playing point forward. Walker from the hash mark. Uses a screen from Sordkin, rotates it to Sordkin. Sordkin with the ball fake, gives it back to Lonnie Walker IV, who keeps it himself, goes for a reverse. High degree of difficulty on that shot, can't get it to 4. Hezonja on the run and finishes with the high flying finger roll. Terrific rebound and quick outlet pass by Trey Lyles to set Mario Hezonja free. Making the reception but not converting the alley-oop is Jalen Horde. Back come Real on the run once again. Denied on the inside by Lonnie Walker IV. Trey Lyles will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And Sergio Scariolo taking on Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv at their own game. Getting out on the break, getting themselves easy buckets on the fly, putting the Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv D on their heels, and with a timeout on the floor just beyond the halfway stage of the first quarter, it is Real Madrid with a 3-point lead. Maccabi 10, Real 13.
Lee gets it, and now the clock starts ticking. Everything on this possession then for Maccabi. Lee having a look, seeing what opens up. Lee's got Deck in front of him. He'll take the jumper, and it goes! Oh! A stunner from Saban Lee. My goodness me, this is incredible. Just took that step back, didn't he? Got the separation, got the height. Deck couldn't have done much better defensively, but Lee has knocked down a beauty.
Well, that flashback was to the last time these two sides faced off in Belgrade. That was last season, and Saban Lee now suiting up at Olympiacos Piraeus, hitting that game winner to give Maccabi a dramatic 79-78 victory in the Serbian capital. Will Raymond grabbed a personal best of 14 rebounds on that particular night. He's available for Coach Oded Katash this evening. Saban Lee has moved on to pastures anew. will it come down to such drama in this round 6 fixture in the new season? Remember, Real winless on the road, Maccabi winless at home. Mr. Zordan Savic, the big man in the middle, beneath the black spectacles in the house. So Trey Lyles remaining perfect from the free throw line. Remember, Real led by 5, having hit a 2 and a 3 from Hazonia and Teo Maladon before Maccabi put a bucket on the board. They responded with an 8-0 run to go up by 3, but now they find themselves trailing by 5 for the second time in the game, the home team. It's a run of 6 points without reply posted by Los Blancos. Doughton working in the lane, stripped beautifully by Facundo Campasso. Fantastic hands after standing his ground to break up the attempted post moves in the lane from Jeff Doughton Jr. Lyles threatening the double team, wraparound feed finds Hazonia in his haste to get into the, Abalde in his haste to get into the lane has breached the sideline, committing a turnover. There's the pump fake, got Lonnie Walker beat, but his heel of his left shoe clearly out of bounds. So Jeff Doughton Jr. using the screen from Jalen Horde. Defending is David Kramer. Traveling violation. And that's the second traveling violation committed by O'Shea Brissett. And each time it's been going right. The first one was over on the wing near the sideline. He looked to make the dribble move right, picked up the pivot foot. Beautiful backdoor cut, and the smallest player on the floor, Facundo Campasso, edging ever closer to the EuroLeague milestone of 2,000 points in his career. Excellent ball movement, and it's a run of 9 points without reply. 8 points without reply to give his team this 17-10 lead as Sordkin bringing that run to an end with the power dribble and strong finish up high off the glass. Usman Garuba trying to stay with him, too much contact, and he'll go to the free throw line looking to complete a 3-point play. So Sordkin has hit both of his free throws so far tonight. So Sordkin completes the 3-point play, 5 points in the game to lead all scorers. Grabbed the single rebound that he needed as well to arrive at 400 rebounds in his EuroLeague career. As we've got a whistle beneath the basket, that bucket will not count. Traveling violation, the ball will go back the other way. Let's take another look. Trey Lyles has used his dribble, but up and down with the basketball. Terrific D by TJ Leaf. Coach Sergio Scariolo thinking that there's a foul on a man attempting to shoot the basketball. So just under 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. As Doughton pursued momentarily by Kramer, but oh, that's a terrific take down the lane from Jimmy Clark III, the scrambling, rotating D of Real Madrid, not able to get back to home base quickly enough. He saw the lane, attacked it aggressively, and finished effectively on the inside, as does Usman Garuba at the other end, restoring his team's 2-score lead. They are up by 4, bringing that run of 5 straight points posted by Maccabi to an end. So Chuma Keke into the game for his first action tonight. Santos setting a screen. Oh, beautiful interior pass, but active hands from the Real Madrid defense, picking up the pieces and getting the stick back to fall is TJ Leaf. Garuba, oh, now that's a hard take to the rack. I wondered whether Usman Garuba was going to be called for a travel here. Let's see how many steps he takes. I think that's legal, as he caught the ball mid-flight, as we take another look at the cut down the lane and a high-flying finish at the rim for Jimmy Clark III. So Usman Garuba to the free throw line, 1 of 4 from the stripe this season. 53% shooter for his career in his 4th season in the competition. Doesn't get the shooter's role on that first attempt. David Kramer back on the floor for the first time since a round 4 win against Partizan in the Spanish capital. Didn't feature last week in round 5. He's picked up his first foul. So double team threatened by Doughton. O'Shea Brissett doesn't complete the catch cleanly. Jeff Doughton Jr. working the handle. Now he's got a mobility edge over Usman Garuba. Blows by him with the handle. Scoops it up high off the glass, but it's short. Terrific half-court D of the scrambling variety by Los Blancos. And then the foul committed in the open floor by TJ Leaf. So just blocking the progress of Facundo Campasso. Each team 1 foul away from the penalty. So fouls being used to good effect by both clubs. Open baseline for Gabriel Deck. 1 dribble. Usman Garuba powering his way through the defensive halo. And again, his persistence in the paint is paying dividends. Taking it right to the chest of the interior defense of Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv. And look at the determination. Evident in his intensity and intention to get to the rack. So Usman Garuba scored the last 3 points for Real Madrid. They lead by 5. Their largest lead has been 7 at 10-17. Jeff Doughton Jr. to Jimmy Clark III. Show and go back to the perimeter. Rotated to the hands of Brissett from TJ Leaf. Shot clock approaching the red. Front line on the mid-range J from O'Shea Brissett. Campasso down the left side. All the way to the baseline. That's a really difficult pass attempted to Gabriel Deck. He's floating towards his left to the corner to try and pick it up, but it was at knee, it was at ankle height, coming at speed. Nothing he could do to reel in the attempted feed from Campasso. So wide open, but unable to connect from downtown is TJ Leaf. It's his first 3-point attempt of the season. Chuma Keke with a size advantage against Jeff Doughton Jr. Bullet feed to the corner. We've got an offensive foul. Marcio Santos moving his feet effectively to draw that charge on the baseline. Let's take another look. Here's the drive from Chuma Keke and putting his body in perfect position by planting his feet. Was Santos. Chuma Keke will be called for his first on that charge. Gift wrap steal presented to Usman Garuba, then looking to show his handle, having pocketed the steal. Poked away from behind. It will remain Real Madrid basketball. So KK cutting down the lane is Usman Garuba, and Usman Garuba has netted the last 7 points for Real Madrid. 3 out of 4 free throws in between his pair of field goals. He's quickly become the game's leading scorer as we've got a steal. It's Okeke stopping for the transition 3. My goodness, he is seeing the basket beautifully. Chuma Okeke, 60% from downtown. His joint number 10 in terms of 2.4 3-pointers per game. 2 of 3 last time out, 4 of 5 from 2-point territory in his 16-point total. And that 3-ball on a transition 3 gives Real Madrid a 10-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv 17, Real Madrid 27, with the first quarter in the book here at the Alexander Nikolic Hall. So a look inside the numbers. Big edge on the boards for Real Madrid. They've hit a pair of 3-pointers. Getting to the free throw line far more often, twice as many times as Maccabi, who are a perfect 4 of 4 from the stripe. Pretty similar in terms of the number of turnovers. Well, click on the QR code and get involved in the EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge. Sasha Vezenkov, who hit the go-ahead score last week in the round 5 win here at Maccabi's expense, leading all ownership with 53% of players selecting him for their squads and 25% selecting him as captain. Remember, captain's points count as double. Sasha Vezenkov, such a multifaceted player, has the ability to stuff the stat sheet in so many ways. So Usman Garuba, the outstanding performer of the quarter. Those 7 points came in a row to take his team from 15-17 down to 17-24 ahead from Usman Garuba. So the second quarter underway. It's Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv with the opening possession. Kramer down in his defensive stance and moving his feet effectively. Jimmy Clark III picking up the handle, hedging out to help his Chuma Okeke. Jimmy Clark dumps it down low to Santos. Double clutching in the air was Santos. Swarming all over him on the help was Usman Garuba, and I think he's going to be called for his second. Here's Garuba coming across to help. Too much body as he outstretched that right arm at the top of his leap. So Santos to the foul line. 15 of 17 from 15 feet away, and this is first season in the competition. Can't find the range on the first. So Marcio Santos goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line, ending that run of 8 straight points posted by Real Madrid to end the first quarter. Standstill 3-pointer from Usman Garuba, who is feeling it tonight. He's one of the 5 on the floor for Los Blancos, and the outstanding performer of quarter number 1, who scored 7 points in a row, continues to have the hot hand to move to 10 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. Gabriel Deck with a rebound off the missed layup attempt from TJ Leaf. The lead is 12. It's the largest advantage of the game for the visitors. Campasso feeling he was fouled, going for the floater, and then we've got Garuba. I think he's going to be fouled. Going to the free throw line once again. Look at his activity on the interior here. In between TJ Leaf and Marcio Santos. We take a look at his confidence, stroking the three ball confidently. Usman Garuba for his first three-pointer of the EuroLeague campaign. To put his team up by a dozen. So it's Garuba who was called for the foul, but again, you cannot knock the man's hustle as Lonnie Walker connects from downtown. His second three ball of the game. Brings his team back to within 9 because that should be 21-30. And there is confirmation. Lonnie Walker's 6 points coming on a pair of three-pointers. Wonderful ball movement on the inside. Eddie Tavares can't convert the first. Knocked away by Jimmy Clark the third. That is fantastic activity with the hands on the interior by Jimmy Clark the third. Some 30 centimeters taller, shorter than Eddie Tavares, but the ball down at his level and a quick-fisted swipe, able to poke it free. So Campasso with, oh my goodness, Mario Hezonja can't complete the reception. It's into the hands of TJ Leaf. He finishes with the layup. Well, Mario Hezonja giving hope to weekend warriors everywhere, but because that's a catch he would surely make 99 times out of 100, 999 times out of 1,000. But it is a game played by humans, as we've got a whistle on the play. With it being played by humans rather than automatons, sometimes mistakes such as the one that we've just witnessed with that missed reception from Mario Hezonja, well, they do take place. So Lonnie Walker the fourth with the handle, pull-up three from the top of the key is strung beautifully. Lonnie Walker threw out a three from downtown, and we said that he was having difficulty shooting the basketball from that distance in his marquee matchup ahead of the opening tip. But my goodness, he is finding the range beautifully tonight. All 9 of his points have come on off perfect shooting from three-point territory, and he's brought Maccabi back to within 4.
A rivalry spanning 2 continents.
The Battle of the Bosphorus. 2 clubs with winning in their blood. Legendary coaches, all-star players. The lob inside.
And moments that will last forever.
Mitic rises if it goes, he'll win it! No!
Or click on the QR code to find out how you can win 2026 Final Four tickets. The Final Four taking place in Athens at the end of the season. More immediately, we have got the EuroLeague Game of the Week, the Istanbul Derby, taking place in the house of Anadolu Efes Istanbul as they welcome the defending champions Fenerbahce Beko Istanbul. That's scheduled for Friday night to round out this round 6 slate of action. Lonnie Walker the fourth is the man with the hot hand. He has hit 2 three-pointers in quick succession, separated by a fast break, steal and layup by TJ Leaf. And a deficit that was as large as 12 at 18-30 has been pegged back to just 4. As Deck straddling the three-point line. Offload to Campasso. Deck catches off the give and go. Okeke, pump fake. Shot clock in the red, he's going to have to let it fly. Instead, he's handed it off to Gabriel Deck, and that's a really difficult position to be put in. Gabriel Deck's falling, flailing, fadeaway jump shot. Didn't draw iron, And so Maccabi looking to add to what is currently a run of 8 straight points. He almost broke his own ankles there, did Jimmy Clark III, momentarily losing his footing. Lonnie Walker IV feeling it, having hit the 3 ball on the last trip down the floor. He's gone for it again, fouled in the act of shooting, and he will go to the foul line to shoot 3 foul shots. So Lonnie Walker IV to the free throw line for the first time tonight. 83% shooter for his career, 14 of 19 from the stripe so far this season. So Lonnie Walker perfect from the free throw line, moves to 12 points in the game. Brings his team back to within one. It's a run of 11 points without reply. We've seen a deficit that was as large as a dozen, down to just a single point. As Lyles, Campasso, down to the corner, Okeke, pump fake, back to Campasso. Shot clock in the red, rips it through against Jimmy Clark III. Maccabi with plenty of fouls to give. Real 1 foul away from the penalty. So Jimmy Clark III called for his first foul. Abalde, one-on-one with Lonnie Walker. Abalde drives baseline, deflected by Lonnie Walker, off to the races. This will be nice. And it's a 2-fisted fast break flush from Lonnie Walker IV. His first made 2-pointer of the game takes him to 14 points in the game, and he is on a tear. 8 points in a row. As that 3-ball rattled home by Facundo Campasso to end that run of 13 straight points posted by Maccabi. That saw them briefly take the lead at 31-30. Mid-range jump shot from O'Shea Brissett is his first score of the game. He ties things up at 33. Going for the reverse, but off the iron is Facundo Campasso. O'Shea Brissett can't reel in the defensive rebound, so that deflection will make it Real Madrid basketball from the end line. They'll get a recycled 14. Turnover. So Real Madrid will want to tighten up in that regard. It's a category that no team wants to be leading in, as Lonnie Walker, the game's leading scorer with 14, offloads to TJ Leaf, out to a wide open Tamir Blad, who lets it fly. That short and off right. Alberto Abalde runs down the rebound, and look at Lyles book down his right side. Hazonia from long range, and he ends his difficulties from downtown, drilling that 3-ball confidently. Mario Hazonia was just 1 of 9 from 3-point territory in round 5. And again, slightly more broader picture is that he's just 3 of 21 over rounds 3, 4, and 5. But he's hit his first 3-ball attempt tonight. That put his team up by 3. It's currently a 1-point lead after that score at the other end by Roman Sorkin. Off the back iron, TJ Leaf with the rebound. So Blatt fakes a 3, Finds a cutting Lonnie Walker, the fourth, pump faking, and Lonnie Walker with the finish through the foul. He knew it was good as soon as he got the shot away. Heard him call and won. Beautiful footwork down low. Ethan Amantha called for the foul. His second outing in the EuroLeague after getting 5 minutes burn in round number 3. So Lonnie Walker's completion of the three-point play sees his team regain the lead. They are up by 2. Hazonia with an open baseline, taking it to the chest of O'Shea Brissett, steps through, and now he will go to the line for an and-one opportunity. Terrific one-on-one play down in the low post. Mario Hazonia feeling for contact, then spinning off it, and beautiful footwork to finish with the reverse lay on the other side of the hoop. So Mario Hazonia can't complete the three-point plays. We have a tied basketball game of 38 points apiece. It's a half that has seen 8 lead changes. Beautiful dump down low, and finishing with the flush is Roman Sordkin. 9 points in the game on 75% shooting from two-point territory. His team leading by 2, 40-38 the score. Abalde. Hazonia looking for back-to-back threes, and he rattles it. I say back-to-back threes because he hit that low post move as well. So that is 8 straight points for Mario Hazonia as Real regain the lead. Beautiful footwork on the inside. It's back-to-back buckets for Maccabi for Roman Sordkin. You get the impression that this is their type of tempo. Can Real Madrid live with it? The edge in speed probably belongs to Maccabi as Theo Maledon off the iron. Ball batted up in the air. Sordkin with a quick lead pass to O'Shea Brissett, who finishes with authority. No dribble required as he picked up that three-quarter court feed from Roman Sordkin and took it to the rack to rock the rim, prompting a timeout from Sergio Scariolo. Perfectly placed pass. Catching it on the fly was O'Shea Brissett. And he moving to 4 points in the game. It's a 1-score lead for the home team. Timeout on the floor with just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv 44, Real Madrid 41.
Tamir is not switching, but if your man play cross screen, I want you to switch, just make sure you're on top of him, extend him. And Sonia on the Lonnie will blow. And down low, Maccabi. On offense, we need to execute. I want 54. Right? Lonnie, good 54. 54. Out, shell goes, and you get the beat down.
So just under 3 minutes of the first half remaining. 10 lead changes through this fixture so far. Lyles rotates it to Hazonia. Standstill three-pointer from the wing is short off the front eye, and that's a magnificent rebound on the inside by Amantha. excuse me, it's Trey Lyles with the interior rebound. He goes to the free throw line from where he remains perfect. 5 out of 5 from the stripe tonight. All 5 of his points have come from 15 feet away. So Trey Lyles reduces the arrears to 1. Lonnie Walker the fourth using the screen from Sordkin. Beautiful body control, but too strong on the underhanded layup. Lonnie Walker the fourth thinking that he was fouled. The official's not interested as Mario Hezonja downhill, deflected in midair by TJ Leaf, but a foul committed when going in search of that blocked shot. So Mario Hezonja 0 of 2 from the free throw line tonight. Couldn't complete a three-point play earlier after hitting a delightful reverse layup down low. That was part of a run of 8 straight points from his hot hand. But he does make the second to go 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Leads his team in scoring with 15. The other man who featured in the pre-game marquee matchup, Lonnie Walker, he leads all scorers with 17. And we said expect a big response from those two players in this round 6 matchup after the difficulties from downtown in the round 5 fixtures. Roman Sordkin rattling home the mid-range J from the top of the key to move to 13 points in the game on 5 of 6 shooting from 2. His team leading by 2. What a finish on the inside. Count the basket. Trey Lyles taking a shot to the head, and he'll go to the free throw line from where he will look to remain perfect. His first field goal of the night, but he is 6 out of 6 from the foul line so far. He ties things up at 46. So Trey Lyles completes the 3-point play to remain perfect from the free throw line and give his team a 1-point lead with 1:40 remaining in the first half. Blatt, pull-up three-pointer is off right, ball batted back out. Bullet feed to the sideline. O'Shea Brissett into the lane, Euro stepping, fouled en route to the rack. He'll go to the free throw line looking to shoot 2. Creative footwork in heavy traffic from O'Shea Brissett. Mario Hezonja called for his first foul. So O'Shea Brissett sinking his first 2 free throws tonight, his team leading by 1. So Maccabi in a 2-3 zone. Sordkin bites on the pump fake from Trey Lyles, who's looking for contact. He jammed himself against the underside of the backboard. Caught the rebound. Standing strong was Santos. Back out to Teo Maledon, and because the ball didn't touch the iron, the shot clock continued to tick, and again, the inability to grab the rebound means that all of Maccabi's terrific work on the defensive end comes to naught, because in that melee for the offensive rebound, Trey Lyles yet again will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. It's Santos who is called for the foul. That's his second. Both teams doing an outstanding job from 15 feet away tonight. That's the first miss on his 8th attempt for Trey Lyles. So Trey Lyles, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, becomes Real Madrid's 3rd double-digit scorer, along with Mario Hezonja and Usman Garuba. We're all square, 48 points apiece. Rising from the corner is O'Shea Brissett to connect from downtown. His first 3-ball of the game takes him to 9 points in the game, and his team up by 3. Off the backhand now, is that a goaltend? I think it is. It's offensive basket interference. O'Shea Brissett doesn't agree with the call, but he must have come into contact with the rack. Watch it, this take to the rim by Maledon, and it's the slapping of the backboard too forcefully. So the basket will count for Maledon.
Goaltending interference. Okay, so let's play it.
What I saw, to tell you.
You tell me what.
I saw he hit the backboard, so the ring was shaking.
Okay, so
We need the ring camera also.
First, we're gonna check. I think there was maybe a possible touch of the ball before. Just we need to check some better angle. Okay.
Which angle are you?
Yeah. Wait. No. Okay. No. What?
Ring.
Okay, now maybe this one should be better. So first,
Also ring.
So clearly there is no touch of the ball,
touch.
and now we have to check.
Check the ring if it's shaking, because I saw the ring shaking when the ball was on the ring. Before.
So here I don't
We
see
don't see anything here.
anything.
Check
Maybe this one,
No, white.
this one.
See, I saw the hit of the backboard. and
Yeah,
shaking
we
the ring.
tried to find the best.
Flash,
Maybe
flash.
this one.
Yeah. Hit. Then I saw the shaking.
In my opinion, there is no influence on this. What is in your opinion?
I don't
In
know,
your opinion,
let's check one more angle.
this touch of the backboard,
Yes.
it's enough to call.
That's what I saw live.
Okay,
I don't
so
see
one
it.
more time just to check it. Okay, clearly now there's a hit of the backboard, touch.
I see the shake.
Okay.
I saw the shake.
So I stay with your decision.
It's your. I mean, we can ask for it.
In my opinion, this is not enough to call a violation.
Okay.
And then we have the ball.
Let's check where's the ball.
Okay.
They have the ball.
So it's in the hands. Okay. So we cancel the
no
violation.
basket
We
and
stay with
yellow ball.
38.9, and we give the ball to white team.
Well, that is a really interesting review over at the video operators table, because there were two clear differences of perspective on that play. One official felt that the slap of the backboard was enough to cause a shake. That's what he called live. The other official felt that it wasn't enough to disrupt the movement of the basket. And ultimately, that verdict of no goaltend has stood. So the score remains Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv 51, Los Blancos 48. What is a high-scoring first half, just under 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Go wide first. And then see where they are. Maybe they go for 2 for 1. So let's black on the screen already with trading. Let's see the matchup now. See who's gonna have it. And then remember, if Walker is on an ISO, at 5 seconds we red. At 5 seconds we red against anybody. Okay? And then see let's organize to go
So Mario Hezonja, Real Madrid leading scorer with 15. Lonnie Walker, the fourth. Maccabi's leading scorer with 17. It is Maccabi basketball. Tamir Blatt over the halfway line, sees a seam, pulls up. Lonnie Walker, the fourth. Quick three-pointer, bucket. Lonnie Walker, the fourth. 4 out of 4 from downtown in his game-high total of 20 points. And what a response after going 1 of 5 from downtown in round 5 and 0 of 5 from downtown in round 4. He has rediscovered his shooting touch tonight and he's put his team up by 6, their largest lead of the game. Shot clock is in the red, closing seconds of the first half. Mario Hezonja runs into a crowd, comes up empty-handed. Tamir Blatt cross-court feed, wonderful catch. Lonnie Walker, the fourth, feet set, and he lands to beat the half-time horn. Lonnie Walker is on fire. 5 out of 5 from downtown in a 23-point total to give his team a 9-point lead, their largest advantage of the game at the halftime interval. A wonderful exhibition of offensive outpouring, back-to-back three-pointers in a blink from Lonnie Walker, the fourth. It's going to be reviewed to see if he's beat the halftime buzzer. My instinct was that he has.
One more. Let's maybe check even this better.
Yeah, better.
So now we can have it here. Now we go.
Okay.
So
One.
this is the first frame.
Second frame.
The ball
It's already out.
already out. Second frame,
Out.
ball is out. So, and we check it's clearly 3-point shot.
Clear.
Yes.
So after that review, the basket is good. Lonnie Walker ending the half in hot fashion. A pair of three-pointers to put his team up by 9 after 20 minutes here at the Alexander Nikolic Hall. It is Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv 57, Real Madrid 48.
Tough game in the first half.
No, it's not tough. We just have to pick it up defensively and try to win the game.
What can you do in second half to improve your game?
Improve our defense.
Okay, thank you.
So no panic audible in the halftime interview of Mario Hezonja, Real Madrid leading scorer with 15 points in the game. Let's hear from Lonnie Walker, the fourth, 23 points to lead all scorers.
Tough game, lot of points, good game and showtime in last second.
Yeah, just trying to continue to improve my game. I haven't been playing my best game, and I'm just trying to improve for Maccabi so we can get some wins. And I mean, we're doing a heck of a job. We just got to limiting them on offensive rebounds and stay aggressive.
Good luck, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So the two players who featured in the marquee matchup leading their respective teams in scoring and are doing so with some efficiency from the field. That's an understatement from Lonnie Walker's perspective. 5 out of 5 from downtown, and some of them have been tough shots as well, none more so than when he beat the halftime buzzer to move to 23 points in the game, conceding that he hasn't been playing his best, but my goodness, he's made amends in the first half.
EuroLeague, brought to you by Etihad, Beyond Borders. Experience Abu Dhabi. Motorola. And BKT.
During the Final Four, I was aggressive, got some shots to fall at good times, and I felt good, trying to do my job on both sides of the floor.
Baldwin, he rotates it to Devon Hall, show and go. Oh, and finishes with a double clutch dunk.
The second year playing for this team, you try to use that experience to your benefit. You trust guys in certain ways, and you trust coach in certain ways. He trusts you in certain ways.
Coach Saruna Jasikavic with that triumph last season, guiding Fenerbahce to the title.
You take the entire season and then you sum it all up into like one point at the end like that. And every team is trying to reach this goal. So when you reach that goal, it's like pure joy. So that's what it was, pure joy, honestly.
Brilliant response from Devon Hall.
Professional basketball, players come in, players go. So got to worry about the group that's in front of us and try to implement them into the system and try to get, create as much cohesion as we can, as early as we can.
Melly this time with the force. Baldwin's got all day long to knock this down. Oh my goodness me.
Three-pointer from Devon Hall tickled the twine and Fenerbahce in a flow.
Devon Hall, he's been welcoming me with open arms. He's been talking to me, having good conversations, making sure I'm good, just taking it step by step.
New players added to the roster, but there will be plenty of togetherness. The finish with Brandon Boston Jr. rocking the rim.
Horton Tucker, he's gonna go all the way!
He's very talented, young, and he's athletic, he's gifted. I think it's just it's more just getting acclimated to European basketball.
Taylor Horton Tucker, NBA champion, joining the reigning EuroLeague champion.
The intensity, the continuousness of the game, just being locked in. But this is something that you don't know if you don't know, so you just have to learn it. Maybe we have a target on our back and got, teams want to try to come in and, these are the champions, so they hold that against us. But in terms of us, I think you got to worry about what's in front of you.
Everybody in the NBA regards him as one of the best offensive coaches there is. I got to see what he can do here in Europe.
It's a right decision for me. I have a lot of respect for European basketball, for EuroLeague. Grew up in Europe, moved to the States, coaching college for 1 year, and then 24 years I've been in the NBA. I see my life and the basketball life as a mix of a lot of experiences. So I can tell my grandkids someday that I coach in NBA, coach in college, I was with the national teams for 15 years, and I was in EuroLeague coaching the team like FS.
Coach Igor Kokoshkov arrives in Istanbul with an impressive CV and a quarter century's worth of basketball expertise, including stints with 10 NBA franchises, 4 nations, and a year on the other side of the Bosphorus with Fenerbahce.
As a coach, there's no day off for us. My old coach used to say, when you're driving a car, you're coaching. Evolution of the game is happening on a weekly basis. I always say to my young colleagues that, when a time goes by and you see what you were coaching 10, 15 years ago, you were laughing at yourself because you can't believe that you believed in something like that. But games are changing, so a lot of new ideas, a lot of new tendencies, but at the end of the day, you have to be yourself.
Since parting ways with their back-to-back winning coach, Efes has seen the power balance in Istanbul shift to the yellow side of the city.
Fenerbahce Beko Istanbul are the 2025 Turkish Airlines EuroLeague champions.
Kokoshkov becomes the 4th Efes coach in just 2 years since the departure of Ergin Ataman. But can he be the man to take the club back to the Final Four?
I'm not kind of guy who's gonna, give big promises and, entertain people through the media. That's not my style. Efes is not a club who's gonna be happy to play well and to entertain fans.
An Efes win in Piraeus. It's their first win here since October of 2020.
Ambitions are very high. You have to live with that as a coach or as a player, so it's not easy to play the teams like Efes and coach in terms of the expectations, but that's a part of the journey, so hopefully we're going to enjoy this journey, focus one game at a time and try to win every game that we can.
EuroLeague brought to you by Etihad, beyond borders. Experience Abu Dhabi. Motorola. And BKT.
So the home team out early, hoping to maintain the hot streak that they ended the half with on an absolute tear, finishing on a 9-0 run as we take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. A first half where we witnessed 12 lead changes. Teo Maledon put his team up by 5 by stringing that three-pointer after Mario Hezonja opened the scoring. Lonnie Walker with the first of what proved to be 5 trifectas from beyond the arc. Jimmy Clark, early second quarter, scoring with that drive and dunk through a wide open, scrambling Real Madrid defense. Chuma Okeke continuing to light it up from long range. His only field goal of the game was a long-range triple. Lonnie Walker, the fourth, said in his halftime interview he hasn't necessarily been playing his best basketball recently, but my goodness, we are seeing the absolute best of him in this round 6 fixture tonight. And that's how he ended the half. The pull-up three-pointer with a hand in the face and the shot clock buzzer about to sound. Lonnie Walker, 5 out of 5 from downtown, 4 out of 4 from 15 feet away to lead all scorers with 23. And it's a really high-scoring first 20 minutes of basketball. 57 points on the board for Maccabi. And again, given how these teams implement their coaching philosophies, one has to suspect that it's coach Oded Katash who will be happier. Remember, Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv outscore Real Madrid by 6 with their 88 points per game. That's 7th in the EuroLeague. Outstanding shooting from the free throw line from the home team. The battle on the boards is being edged by Real Madrid, but forcing the visitors into 3 more turnovers, 9 to their 6 are Maccabi. 3 blocks on the inside as well. The man Swordkin getting a couple in the early proceedings. But the most important score of all, that of the score, sees Maccabi with 57 first half points on the board. So, as mentioned, we have had 12 lead changes. Real's largest lead coming at 18:30 at the start of the second quarter for that 12-point advantage. And the 9-point lead currently enjoyed by Maccabi is their largest lead of the night. So let's take a look at the leaders in points and assists. Mario Hezonja, 15 points in the game to lead Los Blancos as one of 3 double-digit scorers. Remember, this is the only round 6 fixture taking place across the continent tonight. And on the left, a reminder as to how teams progress through to the postseason. First 6 automatically through to the playoffs, playing showdowns for positions all the way down to 10th. And how dramatic did they prove to be on their implementation? Plenty more bites of the cherry, and the debutants to buy basketball with a couple of big victories, rewarding their head coach with a new contract extension. This is the only game in town tonight, and unsurprisingly, is Lonnie Walker with that 23-point first half explosion, leading the fantasy points. Click on the QR code to get involved in the EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge. So this is how Mario Hezonja opened the scoring after having his first field goal attempt disrupted on the inside by the man Swordkin. But he has put his points on the board in a variety of ways. Mario Hezonja, 4 of 7 from 2-point territory, getting out into the open floor and finishing also in transition, pulling up from downtown from where he is 2 out of 4 tonight. Shooting the basketball very effectively indeed. 15 points in the game in 13 minutes on the floor for Real Madrid's leading scorer. And again, those 2-point field goal makes or high percentage buckets in and around the defensive halo. One of them was a fantastic reverse layup during the course of a run of 8 straight points from Mario Hezonja. Reverse layup down low after drawing the foul, bookended by 3-pointers on either side. Well, Lonnie Walker IV had done most of his damage from downtown. Beautiful footwork to set up without a dribble, but he can hit off the dribble as well, right into the eye of Alberto Abalde. Bagging steals as he's done so effectively all season long, 10th in the league in steals with 1.4 takeaways per game, and that one led to an uncontested jam on the break. An outstanding first half of basketball produced by Lonnie Walker IV, and again, we said prior to the opening tip that he and Mario Hezonja would be looking to respond tonight.
Mr. Scariolo, what must you improve to be better in the second half?
Well, we had to keep concentration really until the very second of each quarter. We had a very good first quarter, then obviously they came back. They are a super talented team with many great shooters. Lonnie Walker is playing an unbelievable game. We didn't guard them that well, honestly, neither. And but we were basically tied one up, three minutes to go, and then we let them get this run, which opened the gap. But we know what to do. We start like we did in the first half.
Thank you.
So that is the multi-million-dollar question. Can they return to the type of play they demonstrated in the first half?
Mr. Katosh, good game in the first half, a lot of points. What can you improve to be more better in the second half?
It's really high tempo game. I think we can do better defensively. I mean, that's the key. We should keep him less than 48 points to be able to win the game.
Thank you.
A high-tempo affair indeed. Coach Katash looking to tighten things up at the defensive end in a bid to limit Real Madrid's points output. And unsurprisingly, the outstanding performer of quarter number 2 is Lonnie Walker. Of his 20 first half points, 20 of them coming in the second quarter alone. Perfect from downtown and 2-point territory. So there, a look at the 5 on the floor for the home team. We've got a whistle on the play. Pulling up for 3 without hesitation. Lonnie Walker missing from downtown for the first time tonight. We see the 5 on the floor for the visiting team. Campasto rotates it back to the perimeter. Lyles around the horn to Hezonja. So Lyles drives all the way to the defensive halo, but can't find the finish. Strong rebound secured by the man Sordkin. Eddie Tavares called for the foul. Rather stationary defense from Maccabi, truth be told. Trey Lyles unable to punish them, having got all the way to the rack. That's a quick third foul early in the second half, assessed against Eddie Tavares. So Lonnie Walker IV being pursued by David Kramer. Driving, floater off the front iron, but batting it up to keep it alive is TJ Leaf. He's frustrated that he couldn't find the finish. Lots of contact, and I think it's an offensive foul. Mario Hezonja behaving as though he's on a gridiron or a rugby field, just bowling through the chest of O'Shea Brissett. Hold that. May have been embellished a little bit by the totter backwards But Hezonja showing that he won't shy away from contact on the offensive end. So he called for his second. It's Lonnie Walker the fourth, using the dribble, rotates it to TJ Leaf at the high post. Ball fake, one-on-one into the lane, line drive, hook sees him get the shooter's roll, and it is a double-digit lead for the first time in the game for Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv. They lead by 11, and that is now an 11-0 run as that ends it. Facundo Campasso, 8 points in the game, perfect shooting from downtown, reduces it to a single-digit deficit. TJ Blatt, sidestep three off the back iron, or go to the free throw line to shoot three. You saw him visibly jackknife to his right after Campasso came into contact with his shooting hand. So Campasso called for his first. Tamir Blatt has hit his only free throw tonight to complete a three-point play. 92% free throw shooter for his career. One of the most accurate in the EuroLeague. Shot at 95% from the stripe last season, missing just twice in the 40 free throws that he attempted. So the double-digit lead restored for Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv for the second time in this second half. They lead by 11. Lyles with Maccabi in a matchup zone. Kramer one-on-one with Lonnie Walker. Attacks the free throw line, kicks out to the wing. Lyles, bounce pass, finds a cutting Campasso. Out the back of the hand to Hezonja. Rattles around the rim. Campasso cleverly taps it to himself and keeps it alive. Eddie Tavares, the two-man exchange between the tallest and shortest players on their team. Hezonja attacking the lane, underhanded scoop, sees him finish to move to 17 points in the game. It's a single-digit deficit once again. Real trailing by 9. Lonnie Walker the fourth being hassled and harried by Kramer. Sordkin into the breadbasket. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Well, O'Shea Brissett, that is the third traveling violation he's committed in this game, and all of them have been when making dribble moves to his right. Let's take another look. Yep, that back foot coming up before the ball comes into contact with the ground. So gonna have to tighten that up in some individual sessions either side of team practice. 3 turnovers, the same violation, making the same move committed by O'Shea Brissett as Hezonja being defended by Brissett. Hezonja backing up to the sideline logo, settles for a pull-up trifecta off a sidestep, towering offensive rebound by Tavares. Sordkin eventually wrapped up possession for the home team. On a night where he needed 1 rebound, Roman Sordkin, to make it 400 rebounds in his EuroLeague career, he has hauled in 5 of them, all at the defensive end, and that's a foul committed by Tamir Blatt, impeding the forward progress of Mario Hezonja. So Tamir Blatt called for his first. Lyles hands it back to the inbounder. Hezonja at the high post has used this dribble. Campasso couldn't find Eddie Tavares on the mismatch down low. Kramer, pull-up three-pointer and drills it. David Kramer, 5 out of 13 from three-point territory for the season now. That's his first field goal attempt of the game, and he reduces the arrears to 6. Lonnie Walker sliding down the lane with Eddie Tavares riding him all the way like a pony, but still Lonnie Walker gets it away to move to 25 points in the game, 1 shy of equaling his career high. Campasso, standstill trifecta, is off the front iron, towering effort on the inside by Trey Lyles, got the possession, and TJ Leaf tugging on the arm of Trey Lyles to commit that foul beneath the basket. And there's the evidence of the entwinement down low. So off the back iron, Eddie Tavares with another rebound, recycled 14 for the visitors. Kramer having hit the three. Eddie Tavares from the high post. Did he call glass? Eddie Tavares with the mid-range flat-footed jumper. There's 4 points in the game on 2 of 4 shooting. The first bucket was a drop forcefully from above the tin. This one showing his stroke from just inside the free throw line as Lonnie Walker off the front iron, rebound Hezonja. It's his 6th rebound of the game to go with his team high 17 points. Campasso working the dribble, easy pickings, and off to the races for an uncontested jam is O'Shea Brissett. First steal of the game for O'Shea Brissett. Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv, 2nd in the league in steals, bagging 9.2 per game. That's 2.5 more than Real Madrid. But of course, their prowess is in terms of protecting the paint and the block shots, anchored by Eddie Tavares. Almost another turnover forced. Campasso, one-on-one with TJ Leaf, fakes the three-pointer. Hezonja lets it fly after spotting up and bottoms it beautifully. Mario Hezonja, 20 points in the game on 3 of 7 shooting from downtown. It's a 2-possession affair, his team trailing by just 5. Sordkin drives and finishes with the 2-fisted jam off one leg. Roman Sordkin, 15 points in the game on 6 of 7 shooting from 2-point territory. 7 points the advantage for the home team. Hezonja, who has the hot hand, beats Sordkin on the baseline. Oh, where's the help defense? Where is the help defense? He beat 2 defenders off the dribble and TJ Leaf electing to stay home, resulting in an uncontested layup, practically strong side for Mario Hezonja to move to 22 points in the game. Sordkin back to the perimeter. TJ Leaf, line drive 3 is buried. And Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv are lighting it up from long range here tonight. 7 of 15 as a team, and their lead is 8. They go to Trey Lyles. He's got an open baseline. Lonnie Walker shepherding him in that direction. Lonnie Walker with the strip for his 2nd steal of the game. Wonderful hands, and O'Shea Brissett finishes the track meet once again as Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv getting plenty of easy buckets courtesy of their defensive intensity and their pace in transition. We've got a timeout on the floor with 3 minutes and change remaining in the quarter. A quarter that is a high-scoring one, but it's being edged by Maccabi 16-15. And that gives them a double-digit lead overall. Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv 73, Real Madrid 63. Well, Eddie Tavares hasn't had much action at the offensive end. And remember, he posted a PIR of 0 in the round 5 loss in the Serbian capital here last week, having put just 2 points on the board on 2 field goal attempts. But again, we suggested at the halftime interval that a 57-48 scoreline favors Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv. And if it continues to be an up-tempo affair, well, for my money, it's Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv who have the greater speed overall. And that tenor of play is likely to favor them. Can Real Madrid establish their brand of basketball? Can they pound it inside? Usman Garuba, the outstanding performer of quarter number 1, checking back into the game. Garuba looking for instant impact off the bench, has his shot denied on the inside. Double clutch, and the finish is a delightful score from Mario Hezonja. He moves to 20 4 points in the game. So Lonnie Walker, the fourth, leaves his feet to pass. TJ Leaf, swing pass, finds O'Shea Brissett. Let's fly the three, down and back out. Terrific tap down low from Sordkin. Brissett, Euro stepping up to the glass and gets it to go. Wonderful footwork. Euro stepping in a crowd and then extending that right arm to get the underhanded flip off the window to fall. Look at the footwork here from O'Shea Brissett. And just enough English on the ball to deflect it off the window to lay the foundation for a three-point play. O'Shea Brissett completes the three-point play and gives his team an 11-point lead, equaling their largest advantage of the game when they were up 59-48 and 62-51. Pull-up three-pointer is strung beautifully by Théo Maledon. 2 of 4 from downtown for his 6 points in the game. He reduces it to a single-digit deficit. So Lonnie Walker, the fourth, driving baseline, wheels back out to the perimeter. Shot clock in the red. O'Shea Brissett fakes the three. Short corner J on the baseline. It's off the front rim. Solid half-court D by Real Madrid. Has it poked away from behind. Jimmy Clark, the third, with a disruptive deflection. So Real Madrid edging this third quarter by 1, 19-20. Trailed by 9 at the half, currently down by 8, having been behind by 11 on 3 occasions as Maledon finds a cutting Alberto Abalde. Garuba setting a screen. Abalde behind the back feed from Gabriel Deck, and the corner three-pointer off the mark from Chuma Okeke. And we've got a whistle on the play. So substitution as O'Shea Brissett takes a seat on the bench. 16 points in the game for O'Shea Brissett, approaching his career high of 19. That came in the Tel Aviv derby over in Bulgaria. Okeke dumps it down low to Gabriel Deck, taking it to the chest of Jalen Horde, all the way to the defensive semicircle and hits the fadeaway jump shot. Gabriel Deck shooting at 80% from two-point territory this season. That puts him equal number 7 in the competition. Makes it a 2-score affair. His team trailing by 6. They hang it up, but it's a really ambitious feed to try and find TJ Leaf through that type of crowd. Turnover is the result. Usman Garuba stuffing his stat sheet once more with his second steal of the game. That foul on the ground. So TJ Leaf, if he's called for the foul, that will be his 4th. The first player to find himself in such a precarious position. Théo Maledon to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Only went 1 of 3 from the stripe in a round 5 loss last week. Gets the shooter's roll on his first attempt. And why I say only went 1 of 3, because remember last season he set a new EuroLeague single season record of 208 made free throws. 87% shooter for his career, with 8 out of 10 from the stripe coming into this game. He duly makes both to move to 8 points in the game and reduce the arrears to 4. So Brissett setting a screen on Abalde. Nice catch down low, Jalen Horde. Last touch, I thought Théo Maledon poked it out of bounds, but it must have been Jalen Horde who had the final hand on it. Let's take another look. No clear evidence. And it was a bobbled attempted reception. by Jalen Horde under pressure from the Los Blancos interior defense. So 5 seconds or thereabouts the difference between the shot clock and end of quarter clock as Maledon dancing down the lane and finishing with the underhanded scoop. 4 points in a row for Teo Maledon. He's made it a single score affair, and then a bobble dribble from Jimmy Clark III. He has to launch a half-court heave, doesn't draw iron. So a strong response launched in the final portions of the period by the visiting team as they rattle off a run of 9 points without reply to reduce the arrears to just 2 after they were down by 11 on 3 separate occasions in the third quarter. With 10 minutes of regulation remaining, it is Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv 76, Real Madrid 74. So we'll look inside the numbers through 3 quarters of play. And Real Madrid with a dominant edge on the boards. Will that prove to be decisive? Both teams doing an outstanding job in terms of taking care of the basketball in that third quarter. Just 3 turnovers committed each. But that edge on the boards becoming increasingly significant now, and Real Madrid getting themselves extra chance opportunities to the tune of 13 offensive rebounds. That is nearly as many as the 16 rebounds that Maccabi have grabbed total as we take a look at the score progression. Real's largest lead came at 18-30 for a 12-point advantage in the early stages of the second quarter, and the 11-point leads for the home team coming at 59-48, 62-51, and 76-65. But then it's a run of 9 straight points to close out the period for Real Madrid. That has seen them back to within a single field goal. Mario Hezonja, the outstanding performer of quarter number 3, 9 points and 4 rebounds during the course of the third. Team high scorer with 24 points in the game. So the super agent in attendance on the sidelines. So the final quarter underway here at the Alexander Nikolic Hall. Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv held scoreless for the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds of the third quarter, during which time it was subjected to a run of 9 straight points as the push shot sunk by Usman Garuba, the outstanding performer of quarter number 1, moving to 12 points in the game. Roman Sordkin, top of the key, off the back iron. So it's a run of 11 points without reply, spanning quarters 3 and 4. That has been stitched together by the visitors, seeking their first lead since the second quarter here. Garuba, no travel, kept it alive, shot clock in the red. He's not beaten the shot clock, he's drawn hit the side of the backboard. Tough interior defense put together by Maccabi. Now a field goal from Lonnie Walker will take him to a new career high. He's rotated it to Sordkin, who fakes the pass and then draws the foul on a Balde. That basket will not count. So Blatt being defended by Maledon. Sordkin setting a screen, pull up 3-pointer is off the back iron. No yellow jersey on the inside on the offensive glass for Maccabi. Remember, they have garnered just 3 offensive rebounds so far tonight. Very few second chance opportunities. Meanwhile, Real Madrid have gobbled up 13 on the offensive boards. Gabriel Deck leaving his feet to pass. Shot clock now in the red. Maledon, step back, creates separation. It's off the back iron. Rebound wrapped up by Lonnie Walker IV. The game remains tied. They dump it down low to Sordkin, and that breaks the scoring drought. It's a scoring drought that lasted practically or almost 4 minutes. But for the first time since 2:22 to go in the third quarter. A bucket put on the board by the home team. Edges them ahead, 78-76 for a 2-point advantage. Teo Maledon's drive results in a whistle on the play. Jalen Horde called for the foul. That's his 4th foul. So he joining his teammate TJ Leaf on 4 fouls. Teo Maledon has been deemed a foul in the act of shooting. So Teo Maledon, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He moves to 11 points in the game. And 4 double-digit scorers for Los Blancos now. Lonnie Walker, the 4th, has used his dribble, rotates it to Brissett inside the free throw line. Mid-range J is a beauty. O'Shea Brissett moving to 18 points in the game, 1 shy of his career high. It's a 3-point lead for the home team. Deck down to the corner. Chuma Okeke to the dots, being bodied by Lonnie Walker, the 4th. Doesn't get the shooter's roll, but that's fantastic footwork off the drop step spin move that will send him to the free throw line for 2. There's the contact, there's the drop step. Field goal attempt just off the front iron. As we take another look at the mid-range J from O'Shea Brissett. So Okeke, 6 of 7 from the stripe for the season coming into this game. Can't find the range on the first. My goodness, comes away empty-handed. So it remains a 3-point lead for Maccabi. Clever cut down low, what a catch and what a finish. Outstanding reception and wonderful field beneath the basket by Roman Sordkin to move to 19 points in the game on 8 of 10 shooting from 2. His team lead by 5 in a 2-possession affair. Maledon down to the dots, fadeaway, short off the front iron, ball is loose. O'Shea Brissett secures it by picking it up waist high, his 5th rebound of the game. So having worked so hard with what was an 11-0 run spanning quarters 3 and 4 to tie things up at 76, Real Madrid have yet to score a field goal since that time, and they've only gone 1 of 4 from the free throw line. That's what sees them trailing by 5. Basketball, a game of runs, of course, but Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv seem to have absorbed Real's rally, and the visitors still not able to get their noses in front. We've got a timeout on the floor with 3 minutes and change gone, and it's a 5-point lead for the home team. So Tamir Blatt inbounds to Jalen Horde, who remains on the floor with 4 fouls. Look at him dart down low. He's received the basketball now. One-on-one with Lyles. Underhanded scoop out to the perimeter, back to the man who gave it out, and he gets the shooter's roll. Jalen Horde with his first points of the game. 1 of 2 from the field, but a well-executed play after the timeout. It's a 7-point lead for the home team. Campasso down to the baseline, back out to three-point territory in the hands of Abalde. They're fronting Eddie Tavares. Jalen Horde, his disruptive fronting, sees the pass picked off by O'Shea Brissett for his second steal of the night. Jalen Horde sees a seam, attacks, pulls it back out as Maccabi just electing to slow things down seemingly here now, but active hands in the passing lane deflecting that pass and resulting in a steal. Is Gabriel Deck, who secured the transfer of possession with his activity in the passing lane.
Okay, so we have a foul over here. Now we try to find the better angle. So maybe this one. Okay, now we go. He tried to play the ball. Okay. Okay, so the contact was over there. Yeah. Now we are checking one more time. So he goes for the ball, he missed, and then they each other, they clap, but it's not nothing excessive. So in my opinion, this is a normal foul for you.
The same.
The
normal
same.
Foul.
Okay, just to check exactly where it happened. So it's in the backcourt.
Backcourt.
Backcourt, 5:39.
And 24 seconds.
Again, wonderful insight gleaned during the course of that conversation as to what the officials were looking for and how they arrived at the verdict. Regular foul committed in the backcourt, so the time on the game clock set at 5:39. No intentional foul, because as evidenced by their conversation, they feel that a legitimate attempt was made to play the basketball. So approaching the halfway stage of the final quarter, it's Campasso met by Jalen Horde at the point of the matchup D. Tavares, tough catch of a deflected pass down low. That was beyond his shooting range. Campasso is long and off left, ball still alive. Who touched it last? It's Los Blancos. Now, what's the call here? The Real Madrid players were up in arms immediately, and that's going to be overturned. Crew chief Jamir Yavor just informing his baseline colleague that it was last touched by a yellow jerseyed player. Let's take another look. Fight for the loose ball. Sordkin didn't go hurtling after it, so clearly he felt it was last touched by an opposing player. But again, good officiating, clear communication, leaving the players in no doubt as to why they arrived at the conclusion they did. Hazonia off the iron, another offensive rebound for Los Blancos. That is their 15th offensive rebound of the game. And Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv have only snatched 20 rebounds total. So Campasso doesn't beat the shot clock buzzer. That mid-range J will not count. Terrific half-court defensive intensity demonstrated by Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv. Campasso had to get to his spot but couldn't get the shot away in time despite it being on target. No basket. So Real Madrid just 3 fourth quarter points so far, and we have played more than 5 minutes. A single field goal, 1 of 4 from the free throw line. They are trailing by 7. Lonnie Walker pulls up for 3 off the back iron. And Lonnie Walker, having gone 5 of 5 in the first half from downtown, is 0 of 3 thereafter. Now what's going on down low? It's an offensive foul from Eddie Tavares. He got himself a couple of fouls while posting up in the round 5 loss against Zvezda here in Belgrade, across town at the Belgrade Arena. That was last week. Now let's take a look. And again, Eddie Tavares, 2 meters 20. You can see that the man's shoulders, and if he puts his elbows out in that manner, it's going to be catching most mere mortals in the EuroLeague in and around the jaw. That's why he's frustrated, because he's saying that he's just looking to post up. But O'Shea Brissett, just a shade over 2 meters tall at 2.01 meters. Well, if Eddie Tavares extends those elbows, not swings the elbows, but extends them, then this is what's going to happen.
Let's go slowly, 25, maybe some other angles. We have the contact under the basket. Now we go for the better view. Okay, we try this one. Maybe this one. So I will let it play and then you check.
Okay, there is contact to the head.
Yes.
But my opinion, this is not excessive contact. There is a contact, but no
he goes
clear
behind.
elbow or something, yes, into the face of contact. For me, normal.
So
foul.
for you, normal.
Yeah.
I agree with you, because his move is just like behind and nothing excessive. Okay, so we confirm normal foul. Okay.
And again, wonderful to be able to hear how the referees arrive at their decision. Unsuccessful coaches challenge a regular foul rather than excessive contact down on the block, with Eddie Tavares posting up O'Shea Brissett. And again, Eddie Tavares cutting a rather frustrated figure. That's his 4th foul. And he experienced similar woes in the round 5 loss here in the Serbian capital. So full court on-ball pressure being applied by Facundo Campasso. Jimmy Clark III, helter-skelter drive into the lane, drawing contact. And this will be deemed a foul in the act of shooting. Excuse me, it's Lonnie Walker, the 4th, who will be going to the free throw line. So can't find the range on the first. First miss from the stripe tonight for Lonnie Walker, but rattles home the second, and he equals his career high. 23 first half points for Lonnie Walker. He's now moved to 26. He's cooled off considerably, but his team still leading. Beautiful move down low from Trey Lyles, and how about that for footwork? Losing his balance, falling backwards, but still having the composure to flip up the underhanded scoop to move to 12 points in the game. His team trailing by 6. Lonnie Walker, the 4th, lets it fly from long range. This one long off the back iron. What a contrast in terms of offensive output for Lonnie Walker. So Lonnie Walker crowding down on the baseline, and Eddie Tavares finishing with the jam on the inside. Wonderful offload out of a crowd from Trey Lyles. Jalen Horde rotating, but against Eddie Tavares a step late, and that is his 5th and final foul for Jalen Horde. He will take no further part in the game. And Eddie Tavares, when we emerge from the timeout, will go to the free throw line looking to make it a single possession affair.
Now if you don't have a shot, you have a combination. We run.
So Eddie Tavares about to make his way to the free throw line. He's remaining on the floor with 4 fouls for Real Madrid, as is David Kramer. TJ Leaf on the floor with 4 fouls for the home team. So Eddie Tavares unable to complete the three-point play. Roman Sordkin runs down his 6th rebound of the game. 4 points to lead for Maccabi. And there's a foul committed by David Kramer. That's going to be his 5th and final foul. Jalen Horde committed his 5th foul a few moments ago for the home team. David Kramer will join him on the sidelines and take no further part in this round 6 fixture. 4 points in the game for Jalen Horde, having drilled a 3-pointer off the dribble earlier on in the game. Now, Lonnie Walker went 1 of 2 from the free throw line to equal his career high of 26 for Maccabi's most recent score. My goodness. So, Lonnie Walker, the 4th. 1 out of 2 from the free throw line to move to a new career high of 27 points in the game, surpassing the 26 points that he put on the board with Žalgiris at Partizan in December of last year in round 13. So Lonnie Walker, the 4th, called for the foul on the dancing, dribbling Facundo Campasso. Maccabi will now be in the penalty. That's Lonnie Walker, the 4th, called for his 4th foul. It's Facundo Campasso off the mark with the 3-pointer. He was 5 of 6 from the stripe coming into this game for this season. He makes the 2nd, brings his team back to within 4. So Maledon pursuing Lonnie Walker, the 4th. TJ Leaf setting screens. TJ Walker, oh, that is a beautiful feed, and an even cleverer interior offload from TJ Leaf. Finish with a rim-rocking jam from Roman Sordkin. 21 points in the game on 9 of 11 shooting from 2. Wonderful ball movement on the inside, but Trey Lyles drills from downtown. I thought it was from downtown, but it must have been a long-range 2 for Trey Lyles. Takes him to 14 points in the game. TJ Leaf sees a seam, attacks, hangs in the air, double clutch off the iron. Eddie Tavares fighting for it. It's Trey Lyles who secures it. A double-double for Trey Lyles, along with his 14 points. That is his 10th rebound of the game. And we've got an offensive foul on the illegal screen. And Eddie Tavares will be consigned to the bench for the rest of this fixture. It's foul number 5 for Eddie Tavares on what has been another quiet night at the offensive end. He's contributed his usual intensity and effort and intelligence, but only 5 field goal attempts on the inside, 5 fouls, 5 rebounds, and no blocked shots for the league's leading shot blocker all time and this season.
Yeah. Obviously, he stepped on the line, so the last basket from number 0. So the last shot from the corner was for 2 shots.
Terrific use of the available technology by the floor officials. It was ruled as a 2 by the table team. So Eddie Tavares has fouled out with 6 points and 5 rebounds to his name. So David Kramer and Eddie Tavares have fouled out for Real Madrid. Jalen Horde has fouled out for Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv. And there's confirmation of the double-double for Trey Lyles. 10 rebounds, along with his 14 points. So it's a two-possession affair, but still lots of time left for Real to rally. Lonnie Walker, pursued by Lyles. Offloads to Tamir Black. Pull-up three-pointer off one dribble left. It's off left, deflected by O'Shea Brissett. Rebound, Facundo Campasso. It was a momentary 3-on-2. Everybody's left the basketball, and that is the only thing that can put points on the board. And Facundo Campasso has done exactly that. 12 points in the game on 3 of 5 shooting from downtown. If he nets another 3-ball, that will be 2,000 points in his EuroLeague career. Instead, he's been picked up on the defensive end for his second foul of the night, and it will send one of the most accurate free throw shooters in the competition to the free throw line for 2. Remember dear me, well, having shot so solidly in the first half from 15 feet away, where Maccabi were 11 of 12. Maybe fatigue becoming a factor, but they're missing crucial free throws in crunch time here now. They're 17 of 21 as a team, which is still outstanding. But with this man on the line, you'd have backed him to make both. He hits the second. It's a single score affair. And this shades of what transpired in round 5 for Maccabi when they lost against Olympiacos. It's Trey Lyles into the lane. O'Shea Brissett defending. Pump fake, loss of contact, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. O'Shea Brissett will be called for his second foul. Wonderful composure in the low post again, demonstrated by Trey Lyles. Biting on the pump fake was Brissett. Trip to the free throw line for 2 shots for Lyles, who is 8 out of 9 from the stripe tonight. Looking to tie things up. Drills the first line drive. So Trey Lyles continues to be unerringly consistent from 15 feet away. He makes both free throws, 10 of 11 from the stripe in his 16-point total tonight. And he has tied things up at 89 points apiece with just over a minute of regulation remaining here at the Alexander Nikolic Hall.
Takes the ball out. I want stack pick and roll. Him. We don't want Garuba on the ball. We don't want Campazzo and Garuba going to be here. And we play stack pick and roll. Right? Hey, with confidence. Play to win. Now listen. Any poster.
Well, concentration and execution absolutely critical here now. We are all square with just over a minute remaining in the fourth quarter. A fourth quarter that is seeing Real Madrid lead it by 2, 13-15. As Jimmy Clark III being defended by Mario Hezonja. Both teams in the penalty. Solid screen set on the perimeter by Brissett. Real in a matchup zone. Lonnie Walker, the fourth, spinning, gets to the dots. Difficult field goal attempt. It's off the front iron. Who pushed it out of bounds? Last touched by Maccabi. It is Real Madrid basketball. A terrific stop. Really difficult field goal attempted on that drive and pull up by Lonnie Walker, the fourth. And his team come up empty-handed. So Real Madrid, who made both free throws from the hand of Trey Lyles to tie things up at 89, have it with Campasso, who hit a three-pointer on their score before that. It's Maledon beneath the free throw line. He's tied up down low. Back to Campasso, fakes the three, attacks the free throw line. Maledon, pump fake, pull up three-pointer, air ball. What's the whistle beneath the basket? What is the whistle beneath the basket with 2.2 seconds remaining on the shot clock? Is somebody from Real Madrid going to the free throw line, or has a Los Blancos player committed a foul? Well, it may well have been sold a little bit by Facundo Campasso. Facundo Campasso, 1.79 meters tall, going head-to-head in a low-post battle with a 1.85-meter Tamir Blatt. Now, which way is this call going to go? He put his hands on him, did Blatt, on his torso.
So this is... You call now?
This is the foul that I call.
Okay. So tell me when to stop.
This is the foul. Yeah,
Stop.
This is the foul.
Okay.
This is the foul.
Right now, it's not shot clock violation,
Not
so
so.
we stay confirm the foul.
3.2, and this is the foul.
20.
So Facundo Campasso, who hit Real Madrid's last field goal with a chance to move his team ahead here for the first time since the second quarter. Facundo Campasso, 1 of 2 from the stripe tonight. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So for the first time since 40-41, excuse me, since 46-47 in the second quarter, Real Madrid take the lead. And it's a 2-point lead because Facundo Campasso has sunk both free throws in crunch time to make it Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv 89, Real Madrid 91. In the waning seconds of regulation, just 25 seconds and change remaining here at the Alexander Nikolic Hall. Well, here's a look at the lead progression. It was Real Madrid who put 5 points on the board before Maccabi responded. Then they rattled off an 8-0 run to go up by 3. Multiple lead changes throughout the course of this fixture, a total of 13 lead changes overall. But prior to those pair of free throws, the first of which gave Real Madrid the lead, the last time they had their noses ahead was at 46-47. In the closing moments of the second quarter. It was all square, remember, at 48-48 before Maccabi ran off 9 points without reply to close out the first half, including Lonnie Walker hitting 6 straight points on a pair of difficult 3-pointers, the last of which beat the halftime buzzer by fractions of a second. Are his heroics going to be called up on here? So execution again going to be crucial. It is a single score game. Real Madrid leading by 2. We've got around a couple of seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock as Jimmy Clark III rotates it. Lonnie Walker the 4th off the back high and rebound secured Real Madrid. He's gone out of bounds. He was bundled to the baseline hardwood, Mario Hezonja, and in doing so, it will remain Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv possession. But look at his tenacity here to rip that rebound out of a crowd. And there was the moment he breached the baseline with his upper body. 8.9 seconds left in regulation. The shot clock no longer a factor. A 2-pointer will send it to overtime. A 3-pointer for the win. Real Madrid are in the penalty. Will Maccabi look to attack the lane and hope to get to the free throw line? So many possibilities, so many permutations. In the waning moments of the 4th quarter in this round 6 fixture. Get the ball in bounds is the first order of business. The ball haven't left the hands of Sword King. Quick 3-pointer is strong in dramatic fashion for a 3-point dagger from Tamir Blatt to give his team a 1-point lead with 4.3 seconds left in regulation. And Tamir Blatt is hyped as he makes his way over to the bench because a timeout has been called. And remember, the last time these sides met in Belgrade, it was a dramatic game winner by Saban Lee, which gave the home team a 79-78 victory. There is still time for Real Madrid to respond. We've got a timeout on the floor. They trail by just 1 after those 3-point heroics by Tamir Blatt. 92-91 the score.
Paco, sube mucho. Guzmán, ring for Mari. Okay? Okay? You haces un decoy, te vas. Okay? So, inside to trade. Inside to trade to go get the foul. Or Mario coming off is the person not there. Okay? Hey, got it? Let's win the game, man.
So, as we take another look at this play, Roman Sorkin receiving the inbound pass, 1 dribble, Tamir Blatt, the inbounder, drilling the 3-pointer after going 0 of 4 prior to that make. That is confidence in 1 stroke from downtown. So, Teo Maledon inbounding. A field goal of any description will edge Real Madrid ahead. Teo Maledon, so consistent from the free throw line. Trey Lyles has demonstrated similar unerring accuracy at 10 of 11 from the stripe tonight. Will they immediately foul Usman Garuba and take their chances on him from 15 feet away? They've got to get the ball in bounds. They find Hezonja on the cut. He's gone glass. It's off the iron. Ball still live. Battered away. And that is the final buzzer. And it's another dramatic victory at the death, fashioned by Real Madrid in a meeting against, fashioned by Maccabi Rapyd Tel Aviv in a meeting against Real Madrid here in Belgrade.